It's lecture number 13, and we're going to learn about e-technologies, e-government, e-business, and about electronic learning. The plan of the lecture consists from the 3 points. First one is the concept of e-government, and we also will talk about infrastructure. Also, we're going to analyze about business processes and e-learning in our days. E-government is a single mechanism of state and citizens' cooperation, also state bodies with one another, which enables its concerted activity with the help of information technologies. That particular mechanism led to cut down calls in state bodies, reduce and speed up getting help with inquiries, certificates, authorization documents, and etc. This one is the main page of e-government. Once you go to egov.kz, you will be given this page. There are different services which are available for citizens and for business ambassadors. You can take all of the documents via your EDS. You should just visit website egov.kz and you can get familiar about available services. The main goals of the e-government portal include simplification of procedures for the provision of public services to the public on the principle of a single window, increased the effectiveness of public services, and creation of a single point of access to all information resources of state bodies, open dialogue with the authorities, confidentiality, establishment of direct and reverse interaction of citizens with state bodies. As I told before, to sign up and sign in and work with different services on egov.kz, you will be need electronic digital signature (EDS). EDS is the requisite of an electronic document obtained as a result of cryptographic information transformation using a private signature key and allowing to verify the absence of distortion of information in an electronic document from the moment of signature formation integrity, the signature holder's ownership of the signature key certificate authorship, and in case of a successful verification confirm the fact of signing the electronic document, non-reputation. Let's talk about e-business. It's the second point of our lecture. Electronic business or online business means business transactions that take place online with the help of the internet. The term e-business came into existence in the year 1996. E-business is an abbreviation for electronic business, so the buyer and the seller don't meet personally. Today, most young people use online shops like Lamoda, Amazon, etc. And students really like it. E-business has made shopping easy for us. We don't need to go anywhere physically. We can shop from home and get great deals too. You know that you can just order the clothes and you will get it at home. Features of online business. It's really easy to set up. There are no geographical boundaries. Much cheaper than traditional business. There are flexible business hours. Marketing strategies cost less. Online business receive subsidies from the government. There are a few security and integrity issues. There is no personal touch. Buyer and seller don't meet. Delivery of products takes time. And let's talk about e-learning. Now you are engaging in electronic learning because of the coronavirus. That's why understanding e-learning is really simple for you. E-learning is learning utilizing electronic technologies to access an educational curriculum outside of a traditional classroom. In most cases, it refers to a course, program, or degree delivered completely online. Electronic learning refers to a broad educational concept primarily characterized by the usage of electronic media and other types of communication technologies. This includes any type of teaching methods which uses an electronic technology such as computer, the internet, DVD films, and so on. So nowadays everyone is learning online, and you are really close to it. Online education now. You know that there are different online tools, many digital tools, online and offline, and all of them serve different educational purposes. Firstly, online educational tools connects educators and learners with each other when in separate locations. For example, we are sitting at home, but we are talking to each other. Also, accessing information and environments are not usually available in every home or institution. Nowadays, every one of you can download all material, lab lesson lectures from the portal of our university, supporting continued professional development of educators in a flexible way. For example, if teachers us want to continue our education, we can continue it online. So let's talk about COVID-19 pandemic, which has changed education forever. This is how. The COVID has resulted in schools shut all across the world. Globally, over 1.2 billion children are out of the classroom. As a result, education has changed dramatically with the distinctive rise of e-learning, whereby teaching is undertaken remotely and on digital platforms. Research suggests that online learning has been shown to increase retention of information and take less time, meaning the changes coronavirus have caused might be here to stay. There are some graphics which show that there are no age factor. As you see, students participating solely in online courses and students who earn their degree completely online, they are different, but you see that mostly people under 30 can go and study online. Also, as you see, like uh, year by year, undergraduate participation in distance educational is growing. For example, in 2003 and 2004, there are only 16%, but 2 years before, in 2018, it grows twice. Most people thinking that online learning is not effective, but let's consider another point. For those who do have access to the right technology, there is evidence that learning online can be more effective in a number of ways. Some research shows that on average, students retain 25 to 60% more material when learning online compared to only 8 to 10 in a classroom. This is mostly due to the students being able to learn faster online. E-learning requires 40-60% less time to learn than in traditional classroom setting because students can learn at their own pace, going back and rereading, skipping or accelerating through concepts as they choose. 77% of academic leaders rate the learning outcomes in online education as the same or superior to those in face-to-face education. 33% of online students study business. 29% of online graduates earn an annual income of from 85 to 150 dollars annually. It's official. The number of companies using e-learning is increasing daily. Studies show that the current e-learning market will grow globally by stunning 17.81% every year until 2020. So it's totally worth considering your participation in this thrilling process. And also you can you can study online not only our course, but you can sign up in different platforms like Coursera, Udemy, etc. So welcome to the future. If you have questions, feel free to ask. I will be happy to answer to you. Have a good day. Bye bye.